boys and girls, this is Vishankari, your Max Mentor from 100 Learning Together. So you guys are preparing for your board exams, right? So when this preparation, the most crucial one which can aid you in maths preparation is formula sheets. Yes. So this formula sheet is going to be for real numbers chapters. So we are going to make this formula sheet series of videos for all the 14 chapters. Okay. So here in this formula sheet video, we are going to discuss the important terms which are related to real numbers and important formulas, then concepts, and also the derivatives you have to see, okay, in that particular chapter. So this formula sheet video is not only the formulas that is in the chapter, it's also going to be the basic things that you have to know before start preparing this chapter. Okay, so let's all start with the important terminologies of the chapter, real numbers. So the first number systems you have to know what are the things there. Yes, so the first thing is natural numbers. You all know the natural numbers is being denoted by the letter capital N, and this capital N, that is the natural numbers, starts from 1 or 0. It starts from 1. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 and it goes on. Okay, so this is what natural numbers is. You know whole numbers? Whole numbers is being represented by capital W, and you know whole numbers always starts from 0, 1, 2, okay, and it goes on. Okay, so these are the basic things you have to know. Because this is going to be the base for your mathematical knowledge, not only for your board exams or your 11th and 12th. It's going to be the base of even if you go to college, if you want to do entrance exams, etc. and etc. These will be the basic knowledge you have. Yes. So the next, moving on to integers. Integers is being denoted by the alphabet, is it, and this will have the entire whole numbers. Okay, so it will have the entire whole numbers and also the negative natural numbers. It will have what? It will have whole numbers and negative natural numbers. So it will have what? So 0. So it will have what? 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and it goes on. So when it comes to rational numbers are nothing but it will be of the form P by Q, which is fractions. Okay, so P by Q form of numbers are called as what? Rational numbers. Here you have to know this. Q will not be equal to 0. What happens if Q is equal to 0, which is denominator is equal to 0? Then that number will become infinity. Yes, so anything divided by 0 is what, pa? It's infinity. So this condition, whenever you write a rational number, you have to write the denominator is not equal to 0. Okay, yeah. So let's move to the next thing, which is irrational numbers. The irrational numbers are the numbers which will be not in the form of rational numbers. It's mainly you'll be calling it as what? They will not be of this form, which is P by Q form. Okay, so they are like if it is square root values or pi e, these are the terms which comes under irrational numbers. Okay, so you know all these natural numbers, you have known this, all these concepts, right? Natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational, irrational, right? So all together, these all things are together known as what, pa? It is nothing but real numbers. So real numbers are the numbers which include all these natural, whole numbers, integers, rational and irrational numbers. So each and everything is a subset of each other. See, in the whole numbers you can find natural numbers. Yes, in the integers you can find whole numbers. You can even find natural numbers. Yes, because it's full of 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. Yes, so here you can, if you want to pick the just two whole numbers, you can just take. Yes, so these kind of each and everything is a subset of each other. So the entire system, entire things which we have seen earlier comes under which part? Real numbers. Okay, so this is something you have to know about number systems. Okay, so then comes the prime numbers, which is the actual hero of this chapter. So what is prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers which can be multiplied by 1 and the same number. Okay, its factors will be the we can find factors, right? The multiples of each and every number we can find, right? So such way, if we take a number and if it has the factors of 1 and the same number, then that particular number is called what? Prime numbers. For example, it is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. So you can write the prime numbers as such. Okay. So what are the composite numbers? Composite numbers will have more than 2 factors. More than 2 factors. What are the 2 factors? The 1 and itself. Other than that, it have other factors also. More than these 2 factors, then it is called as what? Then it is called as what? Composite number. So here you will have a doubt that then what about 1? The number 1 is neither prime nor composite. You have to remember this. It is neither prime and it's not nor composite number. Okay. So when it comes to co-prime numbers, what is co-prime numbers? Okay. So if you are taking 2 numbers, okay, if you are taking 2 numbers and if the HCF of those 2 numbers is equal to 1, then those 2 numbers are called what? Co-prime numbers. Okay. You are going to take 2 and 3, these 2 numbers. If you are finding the HCF of this, then their HCF is what? Highest common factor is what? 1 alone. So if this, in this case, then 2 and 3 are called what? Co-prime numbers. Okay. Then coming on to even numbers. Even numbers usually are the multiples of 2. Okay. So other than the multiples of 2, the other numbers are called as what? Odd numbers. Okay. So let's move on to the next, prime factorization. The another main method of this chapter is what? Prime factorization. In this prime factorization, what we are going to do is, we are going to write the numbers in the multiples of, okay, where we are going to represent each and every number in the way of product of prime factors. We'll be representing the numbers as product of prime factors. Okay. So what is this fundamental theorem of arithmetic then? It is also the same thing. You will be just factorizing the given number and you will be representing it in the form of product of prime factors. Okay. What is this HCF and what is this LCM? HCF is nothing but it is highest common factor, right? It is nothing but highest common factor. Okay. So in this highest common factor, what does it mean by? So you are writing it as a product of prime factors, right? So for each and every number, so if you take a number 4 and you are taking a number 2, then see here it is going to be 2 square. This is going to be 2 cube. Yes. So here, which is the highest common factor, which is being common in both the things? It is 2 square. Yes, 2 square is the common thing, highest common thing in both the numbers. Yes, so 2 square will be the HCF of these 2 numbers. When it comes to least common multiple, okay, so it will be 2 square and 2 cube means then the LCM would be what? Just you have to write the least common multiple, which is 2 cube, which is 8, will be the multiple of these 2 numbers, that is LCM of these 2 numbers. Okay. So in this regard, the important concepts that this chapter holds are, you have to find LCM and HCF by using prime factorization. This is an easy cupcake, right? So you can easily do it. And also you have to find, they will be giving you word problems and you have to first analyze the word problem and you have to get what is being asked in the question, whether they have asked you LCM or HCF. This you have to find out the answer for it. Then the important and the most important concept here lies the irrational numbers. You have to prove the irrationality of the numbers, which is the most important concepts of this chapter. Okay. The most important formulas from this chapter are, the product of 2 numbers will be equal to HCF of those 2 numbers into LCM of those 2 numbers. And here, how to find LCM and HCF we have given you. So the first of all, you have to find all the prime factors of the given numbers. Okay, they would have given you 2 numbers or 3 numbers. For each and every number, you have to find the prime factors. Okay, So you have to find the prime factors. Only then to find the HCF, what I have done, I have told you, which is the smallest power of each common prime factor will become the HCF. Okay, so what's the LCM then? Product of greatest power of each of the prime factor. You have seen with the previous example which I told you, right? So these are the main formulas you have to be noted regarding real numbers, and the derivatives you have to know is, this is an important question, though. This is the most important question you have to know, and that is, let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A. This is being used in which part also? In your irrationality, proving irrationality also, correct? So we have seen this formula, right, which is HCF of two numbers into LCM of two numbers will be equal to the product of two numbers. But in the case of three numbers, this is not possible. Okay. So you have to know this. So only for two numbers this formula holds. Okay. So these are the main things you have to know. So from this chapter in 2019 they have asked 3 marks, and 2020 and 2022 they have asked for only 1 marks, and in 2023 they have asked for 3 marks. So let's hope for 2024 to be asking for 3 marks, so that you can easily get the 3 marks. Okay, for this you have to prepare. Mainly you have to prepare irrationality, for proving irrationality for 3 marks. If it is going to be 1 marks, then you have to find LCM into HCF. That formula you have to be clear with, and you also have to know how to find HCF or LCM from the given word problem. That's it regarding real numbers. So next chapters formula sheets are going to be released soon. So what else you need from us? Just comment, and also like this video and share with your friends. Bye bye, and all the best for your board exams.